Hello everyone, I'm back with a inspiration piece from the Our Mixed Media mood board for January 2019. Now DeeDee set out the challenge to create something using each square of the mood board. So this is what I've set out to do. Okay, so I knew that I wanted to use these little envelopes that are old library card envelopes, and I didn't want the top showing. That's why I've stuck those little pieces of paper in there. And then I'm just writing down the actual squares that they relate to. Now I did have to change the squares up just so that it flowed a little bit better for me. Now I'm just scraping on some DecoArt Media Crackle paste and some Atelier Gesso. Now I love this Gesso because it's a bit thicker, a bit heavier. I like just to scrape it on it and then combine it with that crackle paste, and then it just sort of gives a nice lovely effect. Okay, so setting them out again. Now where to go? So I just wanted to add some texture to it, so I've just got a Viva Las Vegas stamp and I'm just pressing it into the surface there. All the material list will be listed down below, so I'll leave the details of that exact stamp. It's one with lines on it, background stamp, I can't think of the name, sorry. So then I've just got some shellac and I've just done some splatters to represent the lights in the corners of those couple of mood boards. And then the middle ones are pretty dark, so I've just got it's just some DecoArt Media Antiquing Cream and Black, and I just do a couple of drops and then wet it and then just sort of heat gun it in there. Sort of gives it a really nice effect. So that's the two darker ones, and then the two with lights effect on them. And then the next ones are, there's red of the poppy and red on the water bottle. So I've got to add some red, so I'm using some Liquitex InkTense ink. And I just do some dribbles and some splatters. Just trying to clean up as I go. I've only got a little work area, so. And the ever-present drying. Okay, so now I'm just going to add some marks with the Stabilo mark tool. So what I actually did was each grouping of two that make up the piece, I've done different marks on there. So the lights one, I use little cross hatches. The poppy seeds, so the red ones are just little lines, and then the black ones I've just done little circles. At the end there's some more close-up, so you'll be able to see them a little bit better. So I keep just checking back with the mood board to see where I want to go from there. So then I'm going to add just a piece of Calico that I've just sort of ripped off, and to add some strips just on each one of them, just to create some uniformity between them. And then I actually stitch them, so 3 of them will be with white thread and 3 will be with red thread. Just little cross hatches, so my sewing ability is not the best, so I will do this in fast forward for you. So they're actually pretty random, so the size varies, the thickness of the thread varies, and then the gap between them does, so I'm not very particular about them. I just want 3 crosses on each one. 3 red ones, 3 white ones. And some more drying because they are still pretty tacky, these things. Ideally the crackle paste is best left to dry for a little while, but I have no patience, so. Then I thought it needed that little bit more white, so I've just got some more crackle paste and just scraping a little bit on in random spots there. Now, I actually took a photo when I had these laid out to see, so I knew where they went, positioning wise, because I have a memory like a sieve, so I think something looks good and then I'll take it off and then I can't remember where it goes, so took a photo this time. So I've just got some Tim Holtz washi tape, and then I'm just going to put that as a backing piece, I suppose you can say. Then I'll just apply all my pieces with some Liquitex matte medium, and then they won't be flat. I'll scrunch them up just a little bit. Again, just to add a little bit of texture and a little bit of interest to the piece. Then just with it's actually one of the Stabilo oils in the graphite, just making some marks around those, and then I really liked how I went around the edges of those couple in the middle of the little marks. So then I'll just get some, I went in with some black marks oil and went around it with that. Now then I decided that I wanted some butterflies on the edge pieces, like the 4 edge ones, again for cohesion. But you'll find that I sit there and I cut 4 of them out off of this. It's a Kaisercraft. It's not really vellum, it's a bit thicker than vellum, maybe an acetate print. So I go through and I cut 4 out and I position them on there and think, yep, and then I don't end up using 4 of mine, I use 2. So then I decided that I just needed to make some more marks before I stuck down these pieces, because I'd actually covered up some of the marks when I'd put down the bit of material with the cross hatches on it, the fabric part there. So I just put some staples in the middle of the butterflies and then just adhere them to the pieces. So as you can see, it's just where the lights ones were, and then I'll just hold it down. Once it's sort of glued a little bit, I'll hold it down with just a palette knife and just heat the edges so they curl. And then I think they needed a little bit more of a middle. So I found some spinners that are a metal Tim Holtz spinner. And then I'll attach those. So then I'm going to take out these backing sheets of these couple. Well, I should have. But obviously my brain wasn't working. So this one I've attached just with some with one of the little brads, the pins. I can't remember what those things are called, like the page wingy things. See, look what I did here, and I attached it through the back, but I left the card in. But you wait until the idiot moment later on. So I look at them and I'm thinking, yep, just marking the back of them, and I'm going to take the pieces of paper out so I know where they go. And then I get to this one and go, oh, idiot. Then I have to undo it. Then take the paper out and then reattach it. We can't all be geniuses at once. And then with the poppies, I was just going to hand draw some random poppies. So I decided just to do 2 poppies and the red ones, just to, again, the cohesion pieces. So there's, out of the 6, there's 3 groupings of 2. So I really like how it worked out. Now I'm thinking, this is my thinking time. Then I decided that I'm going to activate some of this marks, or the black So around those edges and then in the poppies. Then I get some correction pen out and put some dots in there, and then I realised that you can't see them anyway. So, and then I thought the bottom one needed some more red in it, so particularly in the poppy. So I've just added some more InkTense red ink there. Then I'm looking at it thinking, I just need some blue because I love blue. I think I use it on everything. So I've just got to, again with an InkTense ink, just watered it down and just do some splatters. I just gave them a quick dry and then picked them up. Now on my desk I had a piece of book text there, so I've actually just gone through and found two little sayings. Just getting some masking tape out just to ground those sayings on there. They don't really mean anything, it's just the words that I found. So one says intellectually normal and the other one says women and madness. So a little bit of fun. Why not add a little bit of fun to each piece? So then I'm looking at them thinking now that I don't like those, the flat bits I suppose you'd call them, of the envelopes. So just with some Stabilo and some water, just sort of making them a bit grungied up. Now I dried them off and I was going to do this originally and then I thought no, don't be silly because it'll just ruin it, but then my brain works this way where if it's not edged it's not complete. So I've just gone around with your Stabilo marks, all drew a ring around the outside of it and then just went through the Stabilo with some water and just activated it really loosely so some of the Stabilo flows onto the piece as well. And then after that I'm pretty much looking at them thinking they're done because I don't want to add too much more because then I might lose it. So I actually finished them off and then popped them onto the card there, and then I actually thought that they needed a little bit more definition for those poppies, so just off camera I've just wet my Stabilo marks or pencil in some water and then drew around them again. So thank you so much. So I'll leave you with some close-ups. So challenge accepted, DeeDee, and I think I succeeded. I'm really happy with this project. So check out our Mixed Media Moods on Facebook. And thank you for watching. Please like,